My sister has been lying about our family to her friends for years. They think she's being beat and used for being fruity. I'm not great at explaining things, so please bear with me. About 3 years ago, my 15F older sister Leah, 17F, underwent a drastic personality change overnight. She went from being the sweet, reliable big sister to being kind of snappy and closed off. She stopped doing chores, would get an attitude if anyone reminded her, spent all day in her room, you get the point. I was 12 at the time, so I had no idea why she was acting like that, and my older brother, 21M, had moved out and was busy with school and whatnot. In the beginning, my parents chalked it up to typical teenage girl behavior, which was also technically part of the issue, but one night, she just came out of her room crying and told us she likes both boys and girls. My parents were extremely supportive of this, and so was my brother because he was into guys. I wasn't educated on this kind of stuff at the time, so I didn't get it until my parents explained it to me and why it was such a big deal to her. I was just like, cool, good for you big sis. So, anyways, her behavior got better after that, and she was being nice to us again. She didn't hang out with me as much, which I get, lol, what teenage girl wants to be around their little sister? So, fast forward 3 years later, and my sister and I are really close again, or at least I thought we were. One thing I've noticed, the same with my parents, is that her friends started acting very weird towards us. They wouldn't talk to us whenever they came over, or would occasionally make backhanded remarks or roll their eyes when we spoke. It was weird, but again, this was only when they came over, which was rare, so my parents and I kinda just brushed them off like, whatever, they don't have to like us. About an hour ago, I just found out why they act like this. I was peacefully binge-watching an anime when my phone started buzzing like crazy. When I checked, I was added into a group chat on Instagram by her friends. In this group chat, they were basically bashing me for being a horrible person. They were calling me a hater, a spoiled brat, a terrible sister, a golden child, and somehow, a homewrecker. They kept telling me I need to apologize to my sister for abusing her, so obviously, I'm confused, and when I expressed my confusion to them, they told me to stop acting dumb and innocent. Soon after, they realized I was being serious and genuinely did not know what they were talking about. That's when they sent me a bunch of screenshots between them and my sister. To sum things up, my sister has fed her friends a very wild story about her life and how we treat her. Starting off with how our parents are extremely hateful, and are kicking her out at 18 because of her preferences with girls. When she came out, I quickly became the favorite child. I'm spoiled and get everything I want, and because of this, I treat her badly for fun. I hit her, steal and break her things, verbally abuse her, call her hateful slurs, and not only do my parents allow it, but they also encourage it. She's forced to do all of the chores and cooking in the house, including cleaning my room, which is wild by the way because this girl does not know how to cook lol. There's so much more, the screenshots go back like 2 years, so she's been telling them this for close to 3 years. I asked them why it's taken them this long to confront me, and they said she begged them not to confront or talk to us about it because apparently it will make things worse for her. Her plan was to just go no contact with us once she's 18, but they couldn't hold back this time because the most recent thing she told them was that apparently I found out about the guy she likes and is talking to and immediately found his social media and started texting him, and now he won't talk to her. So not the abusing, but this was the straw that broke the camel's back for them, lol. I debunked as much as I could, sent them pictures from pride festivals we went to with her, pictures of us together, and pictures of my brother with his boyfriend. They were upset, but I asked them not to do anything until I figured out how to deal with it because apparently, my sister is the abused black sheep of the family, and they agreed. The conversation about me stealing the boy she likes happened a few hours ago. I checked on my sister, and she was peacefully sleeping, so she doesn't know about the group chat. I don't know how to go about this, I don't even know why she's doing it. What should I do? Update 1. First off, I want to thank everyone for their advice, you all helped me get my thoughts in order, so I really appreciate that. As for the update, I talked to my parents, and it went kinda how I expected, kinda not. I went with the obvious advice you all gave me and took screenshots of everything, including the messages from last night's group chat. My dad gets home earlier than my mom, and my sister has a part-time job, so I spoke to my dad first. Obviously, he was furious, shocked, hurt. It was hard watching it happen since I love my dad. He also apologized a lot as I'm the one who had to find this out and sit him down. Anyway, Mom got home, and my dad wanted to talk to her alone, so I went into my room. I heard my parents arguing a lot, and I'll skip the details, but I later found out that Mom knew about Leah's lies. She found out about 5 months ago and didn't tell my dad. I don't know the details, but apparently, she made my sister promise not to do it anymore and just trusted that she wouldn't. Safe to say my dad was furious. Leah got home, and things got worse, mostly more screaming from Leah. It was hard not to hear because I was literally in the house, but my dad said that Leah was punching and scratching her legs, threatening to unalive herself, and also screaming that she was going to unalive me. So I was kinda scared to leave my room, literally never heard my sister scream like that before. My dad was already mad that my mom went behind his back and kept him out of something that involves his child. My mom defended herself, saying that she was just protecting Leah and that she's just a kid, but my dad is smart enough to realize that Leah is clearly not mentally well and said she needed to be put into a mental hospital. From what I heard and what my dad told me, my mom begged him not to, but dad was already mad about what she did, so he threatened to leave her if she didn't comply. There was more arguing, but eventually, they did drive her to the hospital, and obviously, I haven't seen her since. My dad and I are now at my grandparents' dad's side, and he is not currently speaking to my mom. However, he did tell her that if she tries to take Leah out, then she is ending their marriage. I also spoke to my brother, and obviously, he was hurt but concerned for our sis, so there's that. My dad and I have talked a lot, and he apologized to me for everything going on, but it's not his fault, so there's nothing to forgive. If anything, I feel more bad about the situation, but my dad and I are good. I'm not sure exactly where my parents' relationship stands right now, but dad told me not to worry about adult stuff and to just focus on being a kid and going to school, so that's what I'm gonna try and do. That's basically everything for now. I will update if anything else happens.